Welcome to Provence, welcome to my friends the cicadas, and they signify that it is above 28 degrees and they don't stop. So keep them in the background. There's a little bit of Zen music. Don't go anywhere without your toothbrush. If toothbrush can go in, you're set. But this thing can do a whole lot more than that. I don't know about you guys, but for me a backpack is similar to a car, and a car has to do everything for you. You need to be able to load up 15 of your friends, or 3 cubic meters of fertilizer, cart a whole pallet full of stuff, whatever it may be. It has to be able to swallow all of your groceries, but it still needs to be compact enough to park it in Rome on a side street. It needs to have the fuel consumption of a VW Beetle, the performance of a Porsche 911, and the styling of a Lamborghini. So it has to do it all. How do you do that? Same with the backpack. You'd like to go on a 7-day hike with it. It's supposed to put everything in there. Yet it also needs to be compact. It needs to be able to have all the usability that you need, all the pockets, the little organization areas, good padding. Everything needs to be workable, good straps, comfortable, light enough, be able to swallow all of your stuff and more. Where do you draw the line? The nice thing about this, which I think is quite cool, is it's a 25-liter bag, 26 liters, but if you unfold it, you can still get a whole lot of extra stuff in the top here, which actually expands to about 40 liters. And that's pretty cool if you're on a very lightweight holiday. You've only got a couple of things for a weekend away, and you fold it up nicely, but now you've come home with souvenirs. Where are you going to put those? You got a little bit of extra space here, which is quite nice as well. Everything needs to be workable, good straps, comfortable, light enough, be able to swallow all of your stuff and more. Where do you draw the line? There was a saying in the car world as well, which is quite pertinent to this as well, is if you've parked your car and you walk away, but you have to turn around just to have a last look before you head off, that is the mark of something that really gets to you. Good styling, something that makes you feel good. I think that's what they've tried to go for here. I think they've succeeded. The brief is kind of a Shaolin monk kind of idea. What would a Shaolin monk carry with them when they're going on their long journeys or something like that? Probably not a laptop, but this can take a laptop. All the other stuff, as you've seen before. I like this little roll at the top here, which is quite cool, like you always see in those waterproof bags. If you take it down to the beach, you can almost swim with them. Similar idea to that. Also, it has a little hint of a bedroll. So you're on a long journey, you're going somewhere, which is, by the way, a South African term, fun fact, called Madwaleni. And if you look at our other video here and maybe go and visit them as well in Uitspannkraal, Jayenyen, Madwaleni means place of rocks, and where they live is a very rocky environment. It's very arid. It's the Karoo region of South Africa, but it also means you're on your way, you're on your journey. Haven't arrived yet, but you're right where you're meant to be at this exact moment. In the same way, we've had a little picnic now. We're going to head off and go to where we need to be. But right now, we're exactly where we need to be. I love the styling of this thing. It's quite cool. That's basically what you go for mostly with a backpack. How does it look? Because you want to feel good as well when you wear it. Also, there's lovely little styling touches everywhere. Little hints towards the Shaolin. Lovely little logos everywhere you find. It's well made. I've been using it for a while now. Off the shoulder, as you do in an urban environment, or if you're trekking as well. It does it all, which is quite cool, and that's quite nice to know as well. We have one little bag. It's not too big. I thought this might be a nice little place to stop because we're on a little walk here. We're going for a picnic. We've got all that picnic stuff in here. I thought it might be a nice place to talk about the fact that when you buy one of these bags, Waterfly will plant a tree, which is really rather cool. I mean, they don't have to do that. The bag stands up as it is. It's a really good product in itself, but it's a nice little extra added message, a little extra gesture towards nature as well. I mean, we're surrounded by quite a lot of nature here in Provence, And as a matter of fact, a little side note, you know what Provence vert means? If you're French, it's a no-brainer. If you don't know anything about French, it means Provence green. And I've always wondered why they say that. But if you look out over all these hilltops, you will see just endless hillsides of trees, green as far as you can see, which is really rather encouraging. So to help the cause, Waterfly have also committed 1 tree per bag. Check out the link below. Have a look at their bags. There are a lot more different kinds of bags, but this one's quite cool because it's very zen. This strap here, obviously, as you saw, it's quite high, but it's to keep the straps on your shoulder. Sometimes it wants to slide off on some backpacks. Here you have the option of putting it right here. Also, funny little thing, little whistle for tuning your friends. Slow down, I'm trying to catch up. Well, here are a couple of practical things. There's a nice pouch for your water bottle in there, which is nice with a little strap. This little pouch at the back sits right at your back, which is really quite cool for your wallet, your passport, travel documents. On the other side is quite a large padded slot. I've got a very bulky iPad though, but that goes in there quite well, along with your laptop inside the main section. On the front of the bag there is a nice little pouch for easily accessible things like perhaps your charging block. You obviously need a cable with that, and maybe a couple of earphones. Cool styling. That pouch is got a zip on it, which means it's quite safe and stuff won't fall out either when you're running to catch your connecting flight. I did find while we were walking, and obviously as I've told you before, it is really hot down here in Provence at the moment. There's a heat wave coming through. It's quite sweaty on your back like any backpack, so I opted to go for the one-arm sling, if that's what you're going to call it. Which is actually rather comfortable because the straps are nice and wide and very comfortable with very soft material. I did take the waist strap off. For me, it's probably more conducive to trail running when it's bouncing on your back, or maybe on mountain biking, off-roading, all of that stuff. When the bag is really moving and you want to keep it tight, I don't think it adds much to the support of the backpack itself. And it's a little bit in the way when it hangs and it's loose and I don't use it. It's personal preference, but it's there if you need it. I've just taken it off. I prefer to walk around like this. Good materials, well made, really nicely done. The zip is also, all the zips are really good. It's got this little rubberized kind of flap over them, which is also quite water resistant. The bag's not waterproof as such, but this is also very cool, is the straps fold back completely so you can use it just like a travel bag, you know, open it completely flat onto your bed, and obviously at the top you can access anything quite easily as well. There's a cell phone, mobile phone pouch, which is quite cool if you're going trail running and you're wearing jogging shorts and your phone doesn't fit in there. This comes in there. I've got a big phone as well, very bulky, but it seems to take it. If you don't want this, you don't need it, you can always just take it off. It's just got a Velcro on there along with a little clip as well, so you can just clip it off and that's all nice and clean. This system is so cool. Just flip over the straps and you can zip up your whole bag again, which is quite nice. Obviously, as I said, the zips are really good and they're water resistant as well. Flip it over and now you're back in backpack mode, which is really nice. Very well made, everything. Nice cool styling as well. So there you go, that's my look at the Shaolin from Waterfly. As I said before, they will plant a tree if you buy one of their bags. There's a link below, there's a discount code in that link as well for you guys. Thanks for watching this one. I think it's a pretty quality product, but hey, you know, everyone has their own opinions on it. I like the design, I like the materials used, I like the way it's finished, and it sits well on your back, which is probably the most important thing of all. So thanks for watching this one, guys. Catch you on the next one and keep rolling.